A very good evening, everyone. How are you all doing? Welcome to yet another episode of Boost Your Vocabulary with me, Srivastava. Hi, Mayank. Hello. Hi, Janisha. Hello, Aryan. Hi, Shubhankar. How are you all doing? Good evening. Good evening. All right. Good to see you too. Hi, Diksha. Hi, Swati. Hello, Arohi. Hey, Abhishek. It was just about, I don't know, a day before that I had seen you guys, half of you at least. How are you all doing? How's everything going? Did I hear this correctly? Was there anything to do with boards? Anything recently announced? Anything happened related to that? Hi, Purva. Did you get any notification? Hi, Hiteshi. How are you? Hi. Hello. How are you all doing? No. Okay. All right. Probably somebody had informed me there's going to be a notification, or was there a notification? I'm not sure. Not yet. Okay. Results will be coming out soon. When is that going to happen? Results this week. Oh, okay. Okay. All the best for that. Okay, perfect. So let's begin with our session for the day. Hi, Shan. What we're going to be doing today is just two things. All right. One are the 5 words that we're going to be doing, and then we'll go on to doing the mentee bit for the day. Hi, Anjali. How are you? Oh, of course. Yes, I know. Um, yeah, that's true. That's something that you might see with the CBSE board pretty much every other day. So don't be surprised if that's going to happen even when your real results come out. So, hi, Yogesh. Okay, perfect. So let's begin the thing for the day. We'll start with the first word. All right. And the first word for the day that you have on your screen is conundrum. So I'm going to make you listen to this song. All right. Hear this song. We'll talk about conundrum. I'm pretty sure you're much aware of all of these things now. Correct. So we will probably have you give me answers today. No notification of a CUCET. Oh, yeah, I know that. That's also, again, something you might have to wait around for. Okay. All right. So, all right. So you're going to give me words. Then you said enigma, dilemma, mystery, puzzle. Okay, riddle. Mm-hmm. What else? Okay, so first let's probably listen to this bit first, and then we will go ahead and discuss it further. Here you go.
नहीं 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 ये बातें हैं पुरानी कैसी पहेली है ये कैसी पहेली जिंदगानी.
Right, so which part are we looking at when we're talking about this? What part are we really looking at? Okay, hold on. So you tell me bewilderment. Okay, that's interesting. What does bewilderment mean? Confusing. Sir ने भी same song play किया था. हे भगवान. Okay. All right. All right. So I'm again sharing the screen. There was some bit of this thing here. Okay. Confusion, paheli, ठीक है, बिल्कुल सही है, आप बिल्कुल ठीक बोल रहे हो. So one thing that I want you to remember when you're talking about this word, what do you think? Is this a noun, verb? What is it? Something went wrong with my PPT today. It's surprising. It's a noun, ठीक है? All right. So it's a noun for sure. That's correct. You see that it's a riddle, a mystery, an enigma. But I was waiting for that one word here, which was something that we did while we were doing songs the other day, which you were not able to tell me yet. there was this word that we started with. It's one of the songs name by Sia, if you remember. What was that word? I'm surprised you guys don't remember this. Perplexed, okay, but that's a verb, right? That's a verb. Yes, a labyrinth. So conundrum could be a labyrinth as well, okay? It can be a maze, it can be a riddle or anything that you're not able to solve, okay? So when I'm faced with a conundrum, I often ask my friends for advice. That means if I am, let's say, at a situation where I'm stuck, that's what I do. Conundrum would be a situation where I'm stuck. Could you give me an idiom that we've discussed related to conundrum? There was an idiom that we discussed related to conundrum. Which one was that? A very common one. You can't be forgetting this. Was it a catch-22 at 6s and 7s? Okay. Almost. At 6s and 7s is chaos, so fine. What else? Sit on the fence. Yes, that's correct. So if you're sitting on a fence about it, that means you're in a dilemma. Okay, perfect. Let's go next slide. Let's see what the next slide is. So for this one, you have the word is detrimental. So you're going to listen to this and then we'll discuss what detrimental is. Bapu sehat ke liye, bapu sehat ke liye, tu to हानिकारक है, bapu sehat ke liye, tu to हानिकारक है. Okay, give me words for this. Give me words for this. Cause of harm or damage, harmful, okay. What else? Deteriorating. Okay, I'll give you that. Inimical. Inimical is all right. Okay, hostile. But when we say inimical, we generally talk about relations, right? Faced with a conundrum, I often ask my friends for advice, to which I find troublesome situation. Okay, annihilating. Yes. Debacle would be a different word. Debacle is a disaster. So maybe anything that detrimental leads to a debacle, that's one thing, but not deleterious. Yes, that's correct. Noxious, obnoxious, yes, both of them are correct. Malign. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Perfect. Curmudgeon, not so much, Krishna. Curmudgeon is a person who's not very, up and about. So somebody who's not very cheerful is curmudgeon, right? So looking at the PPT, then you have, think of this as detrimental. Somebody who has a mental disorder would obviously be very detrimental to his or her health. So mental disorders are detrimental. That's how you can remember from that word. And something that causes harm, so deleterious, insidious, and inimical. So one other thing that I want you to remember from this is, if you say something is insidious, can you probably identify what's the difference between a normal detrimental this thing and an insidious thing? What is the difference between these two? Detrimental and insidious. There's a slight difference there. What do you think? So if I don't know if we've done this word, there's also a word called pernicious. Pernicious and insidious are the same. Detrimental is when something is like a direct way of being harmful. Okay, if something is directly harmful or is harmful in a very quick way, that's detrimental. Okay, yes, Janisha, very good. So something that's pernicious or insidious, they tend to take their own time. Okay, so if something takes their own time, that is pernicious or insidious. So something that creeps in a way and then causes harm. So maybe a slow poison of sorts is pernicious or insidious. Okay, that's the difference. Something that is slow and gradual in their effect, but negative nonetheless. Insidious things gradually cause harm. Insidious is something horrifying. I mean, you'd like to think of it like that because of the movie, I know, but not so much. Insidious is, again, if you want to relate it to the movie, you'd remember how in the movie things happen very gradually. It's not like it happens right in the first scene. So if something happens gradually, that's basically insidious, harmful in a sense. Okay, so their decision could be detrimental to the future of the company. That means it can be harmful, it can have adverse effects, right? It can cause some sort of damage or harm or whatever. It's an adjective because, of course, if you remember, one thing that we will see here is that it's ending with an AL. So anything that ends generally with an AL would be an adjective. Other than that, you'd see OUS at the end of a lot of these, which also gives you the idea of this being an adjective. Right, what do you think is this describing? If it's detrimental to the future, what are we describing here? What are we describing? Are we describing the future? The decision, yes. That's a noun. And then detrimental would be an adjective. All right, heading to the next word. Let's see which one. I hope you get this one too. I mean, you've been doing great. The word is myriad, okay? If you've watched, what was that? Okay, Schitt's Creek. Again, how many of you watched Schitt's Creek and how many of you like Schitt's Creek? And I don't see a lot of you saying yes generally for Schitt's Creek, but this is a word that Moira Rose uses a lot. Myriad. Right? A large number of something. Okay. You've done frame as well, detrimental to. Oh, okay. So I think that's just going to be a revision of sorts for you probably. But so myriad is a large number. Okay. I'm going to play this. You tell me which part do you think am I going to replace the word with? Okay.
दिल टूट ना जाए बेचारा तेरे यार बथेरे ने मेरा तू ही है बस यारा.
Okay, what do you think? Which word are we going to use here? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So bathere means a lot, like many, all right. You said a couple of words you've given me, and one of you said binge. How does binge come into the picture? You did the same period, okay. Multifarious. Okay. What else? Very large number, very large amount, okay. Okay, tell me something here before we move on, because you've used number sometimes and you've used amount other times. What do you think is the difference between amount and number? How would you differentiate between the two, amount and number? When do we use amount? When do we use number? That's my question. Countable and uncountable. Which one is amount? Which one's number? Amount is rupees. Yes. Amount is for uncountable. Number is for countable. That's right. So if I were to say that the number or the amount of essential oils in the market, which one am I going to be using? The number or the amount of essential oils in the market? Number for countable, amount for uncountable. ठीक है, बिल्कुल सही है. I said, again, listen to this carefully. I said the amount or number of essential oils. Oils. I said oils in the market. The first rule, if you remember from your uncountable, countable, was that if it's an uncountable thing, you can't use an S at the end. Simple. Right? That means we're talking about a variety of essential oils here, right? And variety can be countable. Variety is countable. So the number of essential oils in the market. The amount of oil in general, that's okay. The amount of oil in general, but the number of essential oils. because you're talking about the variety here. Okay, well, that's clear. That was just some deviation from whatever we've done so far. Okay, so myriad you've told me, but here is the word that you've used for it. And so you've given me words like a large number of something, you've given me multifarious, variegated is one thing, variegated could be one, all right. So myriads is, if you remember your Spotify's, if you've not taken a subscription of this, you'd know that there are many ads, and that's how you can remember myriad of ads in Spotify, possibly that. Okay, so I've been given a myriad of choices at the store. That means there was a lot of variety in terms of choices. Let's go to the next one. The word is, okay, so the last word is prim, right? And for prim, I want you to listen to this, okay? And then we will discuss once you're done. Here you go.
नहीं, तुम ऐसा कैसे कर सकती हो? तुम्हारी तो हॉबी है धूल मिट्टी इकट्ठा करके रखने की। इनफैक्ट डेट वाइज सजा के रखती हो तुम। वो देखो, वो है ना, वो फरवरी 1997 की धूल, और वहाँ November 2002 की मिट्टी, and so on.
Okay, what do you think prim means? Neat and tidy. Okay. Anything else? Anything other than neat and tidy? Prim and proper, that's a saying, that's a phrase, yes. Clean. Socially correct, okay. Very formal, yeah. So somebody who would keep a very tidy and a nice outlook, in the sense of, not just in terms of hygiene as such, but yes, being formal, being very, very particular and formal in your situation is when you talk about prim. So if you're wearing formal clothes and you're keeping yourself nice and well kept, that's prim. Okay. All right. So now we're going to talk about the next thing, which is she's much too prim and proper to drink pints of beer. Now imagine somebody who's very sophisticated, very refined. Okay, one who has OCD. Okay, I feel attacked here, but okay, thank you. Right, so you understand the idea of being absolutely perfect and well kept, etc., etc. That would be prim. So formal, neat, socially correct. It's an adjective when you're describing somebody, right? You're describing somebody, saying that that person's too prim, so she doesn't take beer. She's very. A lot of times this can be used as a negative term as well, because if you're telling somebody is prim, you would probably also kind of refer to them as being excessively pretentious sometimes, all right, or being a little highbrow. Ki, okay, दूसरों को ऐसे नीचा दिखाती है, sort of thing. Something that Monisha does. No, not Monisha. The other lady, Maya. So she does that to Monisha, so she's prim. Okay. All right. Ma'am has OCD a little too much. Yes, I think I've brought that up in one of the classes, if I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure I would have. Okay, now I'm going to let you in on the Menti situation for the day. It's a different kind today. Again, all about. I think we will do a lot of grammar right today, and so I'm going to share the screen. Here you have it on your screen. Join in, everyone. Your 5 questions for the day. The code is 1714431. Join, and then we will start. Okay. So I think you will have a few questions in terms of grammar. You'd have not a lot of time, so you'd have to go with your instincts quite a lot. All right. Here is where a lot of your spoken English comes in handy. So please join in, go on to menti.com, do this, fill in this code, and then we will start discussing. Okay, lots of you have joined. I'm going to wait for a couple of more people to come on. Right. Okay, also a lot of these things we may have already discussed. Okay, so maybe what I'd like you to do is use the previous knowledge that you've had. And so the first question for the day, I'm going to wait for just one more second. Right. Shall we? Okay, let's do this. First question. So first question is, please help her dash the stairs. What would you say? Please help her dash the stairs. Okay, so I know a lot of you would like to say climb up because that's a very instinctive thing. We tend to say climb up a lot in general too. And imagine the phrase that we generally use a lot, or a rhyme that we say a lot, is London Bridge is falling down. That's also incorrect. I remember doing, a lot of these songs with you which were incorrect. One of which I wanted to do was this, all right, London Bridge is falling down is actually wrong. It is because you can't fall up. How can you fall up? So climbing down would be all right because you're talking about, going down, descending the stairs. But climbing up doesn't make any sense, honestly. Going down, descending the stairs. Climbing up is wrong. Up doesn't make any sense, honestly. Going down, descending the stairs. Climbing up is the leaderboard. Climbing up doesn't make any sense, honestly. Going down, descending the stairs. Climbing up is the leaderboard. Climbing up doesn't make any sense, honestly. Going down, descending the stairs. Climbing up is the leaderboard. Climbing up doesn't make any sense, honestly. Going down, descending the stairs. Climbing up is the leaderboard. Then there's Agrim on top. Then you have hello. Okay. Anchit, Jim, Thinky. Magical Purva track. Rishit, you guys come up with really funny names. You should really think. Is it echoing too? Is it echoing a bit? Double sound आ रही है. Is it better now? अभी भी echo हो रही है. Okay. Okay, now maybe it should be better. Let's go to the next question. So for the next question, on your screens, so the question says, one of the most significant dash for time has been the development of cinema. Phenomenon, or phenomena. Okay, one of the most significant phenomena. Why? Because whenever we say one of the, it's always followed by plural, right? One of the best people, one of the nicest people, or one of the girls, one of the boys, etc., etc. It's always followed by plural. So phenomena. All right, 32. We've answered this incorrectly. So then, in terms of your leaderboard, you still have Venture on top. Who's Venture? Then there's Jim, Rishit, Shorty, M, Samiksha, Anjali, Vams. Ooh, okay. Rishit's on the second position. Venture was the fastest. Let's go to the next one. There's somebody called Monica, my darling. Okay. Question number 3, everyone. This person is dash her. This is something that you may have done in classes. Junior 2. Very good. So we never say junior than. You never say more junior or less junior either, because both of those are incorrect, right? Why? Because it's not, you generally use than with adjectives, right? Especially comparative degree of adjectives. And this one is not a comparative degree unless, of course, you can't say more either. For this very simple reason that when you say more, it's something. So if let's say you have a person who is in the 10th standard and you're in the 12th standard, you can't be more junior or more senior. Like that's not something that can happen. So it's always junior 2, senior 2. What are the other words that you use to with? This is something that we've done on and off and time again in classes. What are the other words that we use? 2 with? We say junior, we say junior 2, senior 2. What else? Prefer, yes. Married to, all right. Can I say this person is, or this watch is inferior to or inferior than the other watch? Superior, yes. So if it's superior and inferior, we use to and we don't use than, correct. Okay, next we go to the leaderboard now. In terms of your leaderboard, you have, I'm gonna kind of wait for you. Venture is still the fastest. Richard, somebody named Shorty. And there's Jim, Anjali, M, Vams, Mia, Samiksha. Who is Monica, my darling? We'll go to the next one. Okay, fourth question. So it's always inferior to, superior to, okay? I'd have done it if there dash time. So this is something, again, we've discussed quite often. Don't make this mistake. What do I do with you guys? Okay. I think we've done it enough times. I think we've already discussed this before too. When we said that it's always supposed to be, we say were, we use were when we are talking about something that is hypothetical or wishful. Remember that? If will always take were, exactly. So if it is, let's say, if ho, ya fir if it's a hypothetical situation or wishful situation, if you're using words like if or I wish, both will take were, not was. So I would have done it if there were time, not was. क्योंकि हमने if use किया है. All right. So 36 of you answered this incorrectly. 18 were correct. In terms of your leaderboard, you have very good. Very good, you guys. Anchit, Tanmay, Purva, Arohi. Good. So Venture's marked it incorrectly. Rishit's marked it incorrectly. Now you have Shorty taking the first position. Then there's M, there's Monica, Venture, T-Rex. Okay. Somebody named Shreya, Yash, Purva, Rishit, and Janisha. Let's go to the last question for the day. So in terms of your last question, this is on your screens, everyone. She's unwell and I'll call dash her. Call on her. All right. I'm not going to tell you this. What does this mean? What does calling on mean? We've done this again, I think. What does call on mean? Okay, so Niyati is short. That was an unexpected name, Niyati. What does call on mean? What does this mean? Call out is to shout out. Okay. Call in is generally when you call in sick, is when you're giving a call and saying that, okay, I'm going to be staying in. Check up on her. Okay. To check. Call on could actually not just be like checking in on somebody, not necessarily call or anything. It's basically when you're visiting somebody. Okay, so if you go and visit somebody, if you are, going in and going to somebody's place specifically, home especially, that's calling on. So it's not necessary that you'd have to always be checking in on somebody. She's invited me and I'll call on her. She's inviting me, so I will visit her. Okay, calling on generally means visiting. Okay, right. So that was the last question, and we have a clear winner. Let's see who that is. Niyati. Okay. Congratulations, Niyati. Yay, you're doing me proud. Good. And then who's M? Then there's Monica, darling. Monica, abhi aapne jo bataya tha, kaun hai Monica? Who said calling in would mean like if you're calling in sick, all right? That would mean that you are calling somebody and telling them that they're sick. All right. All right. Yeah. So Manan is Monica. Then there is right, T-Rex, Shreya, Yash, Centipede, Sam Gupta, I can't read, Janisha and Venture. All right. So that's why I'm going to probably bring this to an end. I hope you enjoyed, right, a couple of things that we've discussed today. Mahi, was it, so Mahi, was you who had spelled herself incorrectly last time, right? Okay, anyway, I'm going to see you very soon, which is going to be on Monday now. All right. And until then, take care of yourself, be good, stay safe, be inside, don't go out. If at all you get any results this week, all the best for it. For all of those who are in the 12th standard, all the best for your results. If not, we're going to probably just kind of hang in there and wait until you hear the news. Okay? Chalo. See you all, everyone. Bye-bye.